Welcome to STEM Talk Show. I'm today's host, Andrew.
I'm Sophie, and due to the pandemic, we can't record the program in the studio, so we will shut it online.
Today, we invited four guests to share their viewpoint on today's topic, the undercurrent of social media.
Let's welcome Christian and Pedro, professors of social psychology.
Hello, everyone.
Good day.
There's no denying that the modern teenagers' life is built around the use of technology, and a lot of teenagers have taken social media as the main access to information and entertainment.
However, social media has become the breeding ground for Lincoln intenses, and the hidden danger of social media are often left unattended.
Indeed, the effect of social media on teenagers is worth discussing.
Okay, let's welcome another two guests to share this experience.
Thank you for inviting us today. This is Maddie and
Marino. We are high school students in Japan and came here to tell some episodes about SNS in Japan. To start with, shall we talk about the story of a high school student?
Sure.
Thank you. A high school student in Kumamoto, Japan, was frequently bullied because her classmates were jealous of her large number of followers on Instagram. And at last, she committed suicide. It seems that cyberbullying is an invisible weapon which can take our lives away.
You're right, Marino. When it comes to the followers on social media, I've heard from a system where you can buy your followers and likes on SNS. The system is inhabited in social media, however, that system still exists. There are still some undetected cases.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, after Twitter deleted those spam accounts, many celebrities and companies lost their followers. It can be said that many celebrities and companies are likely to use the system to increase their count of followers.
This is only a tip of the iceberg. People around the world are unlikely to face this problem. If it's our turn to deal with it, what can we do?
Let's ask Professor Chen to give us some suggestions.
Okay, teenagers nowadays face these kinds of problems every day when they use social media. And I would suggest that teenagers need to tell teachers when they are suffering from cyberbullying and about the system they can buy likes and followers. I suggest they can emphasize the content that they want to share, not the comments and likes. And last but not least, they can turn to a counseling office for help. It's definitely a good way to solve this problem.
Thank you. And now let's look at another example.
Fake news tends to be spread during the time of crisis. There are two reasons for this. First, people feel responsible for sharing useful tips out of their kindness. However, those tips from the internet may not be relevant. Also, when people are in panic, it's hard for most people to make an accurate judgment.
For example, people in Japan bought tissues crazily due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A fake rumor spread like this: all the toilet paper is made in China, so it'll be difficult to get it soon. Right after that, the rumor spread quickly all over the world through SNS. In the United States, toilet paper in nearly half of all the grocery stores was out of stock on April 19.
Similar to fake messages, phishing scams are one significant issue for everyone. There is a phishing email which claims the name of Amazon and email leads the readers to a fake website.
Yes, sometimes they even require us to call or text. Amazon reminds customers regularly, showing the differences between actual and fake websites.
Wow, how terrible the scene was when the crowns were gobbling the tissue paper.
Yeah, it's so messy. Calculo, do you have any solution to it?
Teenagers should acquire information from different websites, books, news stories, and so on. Then they should analyze all the information. It is essential for them to fully comprehend the content of information and check out the sources. Last but not least, they need to enhance their critical thinking skills.
Great, but how can they improve their critical thinking skills?
When they get new information, they can analyze the whole story first and erase the stereotype. They can also discuss and share their opinions with others so that they can make objective judgments.
Oh, thank you, Professor Lau. And last, I would like to ask Maddie and Marino to share more with us.
Perhaps what matters isn't whether to use social media or not, but how we use it. Social media can be useful or harmful depending on how people use it. It is totally up to you. If you use social media wisely, then it can be a good tool to socialize and broaden your horizons.
But if you don't, you might struggle with such issues as we mentioned. Social media should be a useful tool that benefits our lives. However, if social media has brought negative impact to your life, maybe it's time for you to reevaluate social media's role in your life. So, please always keep our solutions in your mind. I hope our tips can help you in the future. Thank you for inviting us to the Scam Talk Show again, and see you later.
Maybe you can answer. Okay. The first question thank you for your asking. And the first question I would like to answer is it's from KGSHS, and hi, and her question is, have any people around you faced cyberbullying before? So how did they deal with it? I think yes. I have a friend just suffering from cyberbullying, and now she's in the counseling office. And I think we would like to offer some suggestion that just first of all, we need to keep him company, because if he or she just suffering from cyberbullying, he may under a lot of stress, and then a friend's company can keep him warm and concerned. So I think maybe if he has the courage to tell the teachers the situation, it's also a good way to solve this problem. And another question, and if the teachers can deal with the cyberbullying problem, maybe he can turn to a police station for help, because it's also commit a crime of the cyberbullying. Yeah.
And now we're going to answering another question. And thank you for your asking, Anonymous. And your question is that what do you think critical thinking skills? And here's our reply. Critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally about what to do or what to believe. It includes ability to engage in reflective and independent thinking. It's a systematic approach to problem solving, including curiosity, impartiality, and confidence in reasoning. Critical thinking is a basis of human intelligence, and we need long-term knowledge to be able to think critically.
Okay, so next question. Thank you for your asking KSVCS. And your question is, what kind of difficulties do you face during the project? I think because when we are going to upload the file, and we encounter the Google there's a lot of bugs on Google, and at that time, how is it? There's the storage problem about the Google system. So, oh, okay.
Honorable judges, it's time for us to deliver our speech. Nowadays, social media fill our daily lives because of its wide popularity and convenience. Facebook, Instagram, or more make people connect with each other at an unexpected speed. There are many unbelievable benefits that we can have by making use of it. However, without properly employing social media, people could face problems they never thought of and be swept away by the undercurrent of social media. Now we're going to approach the issue from the following three aspects. The first one is information communication of social media. With the advance of new technology, we can get everything we want to know immediately. However, misinformation always commingles with the truth because the internet allows almost everyone to express their thoughts or share stories with the world. If most people don't check the source of what they view on the internet before sharing it, misinformation can spread quickly or even go viral.
For example, during the COVID-19 outbreak, many people searched for the latest news about coronavirus to prevent themselves from being infected. Unfortunately, many people tend to spread false information or even cover unverified COVID-19 cases to mislead people, which often causes the public to panic. Next, I will talk about freedom of speech. Social media offer people a platform to express their thoughts on different issues freely. However, these features in turn can make people think that they don't have to take the responsibility for what they say. That will be the main cause of so many false accusations and framing speeches nowadays. Now take a case in Taiwan for example. Once a college student left some negative comments about a motorcycle shop online. The negative reviews greatly affected the business of the shop. In this case, the speeches people left online not only have the power to hurt somebody, but affect the public's opinion about particular issues. In Japan, platforms such as Twitter, Line, and Instagram have posed cyberbullying recently. It's difficult to identify the bully there because anyone can post anything anonymously. The number of cases of bullying on social network platforms has been increasing in Japan every year. Terribly, the number has doubled in 4 years.
Next, I will talk about online crime. Social media offer people a chance to meet interesting people online. During COVID-19, social activities decreased drastically. It makes social media more and more thriving. However, criminals turn to online crimes to make illegal profits. According to a report, a woman looked for her Mr. Right through online dating service. Fortunately, she found the perfect match. As their relationship became better, the man convinced her to make a highly profitable investment. So the woman gave him almost $1 million. However, upon getting the money, the man disappeared without a trace. After the tragedy, it became really difficult to find out who or where the criminal was because this online dating program didn't require users to offer any personal information.
In Japan, high school students share photos taken with others on social network platforms without getting approval first. For example, a man became a victim of impersonation. His name and his profile photos were used to make another social network account without his permission. The criminal used the account to post abusive comments on other users based on the occurrences either in Taiwan or in Japan. We should be more careful about how to use social media legally. Now, I will invite our partner team to talk about the problem caused by illegally using social media.
We have shown you problem of misinformation is most common and online crime. Now, how can we deal with this problem? I would like to propose solution with three aspects: social media platform, users, and education. First, social media platform should specify the regulations about whether to be posted and moderate comment.
Second, the users should consider others' feelings before we leave comments online and take responsibility for what we say. In addition, we should not blindly trust online friends or give them our personal information. To achieve this, we came up with guidelines to use social media apps safely.
We would like to introduce our guidelines by using Instagram as an example.
Now, audience, please think about how you use app.
First, do not post anything that identifies your personal information.
When you post a photo, make sure that you didn't include any personal information.
Second, about using public accounts.
You must make your account private so that you can prevent the dangers of online strangers.
Third, don't disclose information of your real-time location.
You must be careful about this because it is easy to identify where you are.
Lastly, we suggest that we should take a social media class as a part of our education. Each user should learn how to use social media correctly and how dangerous it is. By introducing social media classes and guidelines like we made, we will be able to responsibility for our actions on social media. Then, irresponsible comments and online crime will decrease. Social media has become essential things in our life. Let's use safely and effectively. Thank you for listening.
OK。我想很饿，已经开始了。看到。他说我等下回来就。你不要 Terry， 用 Terry 要不要再过回去一点，不然我这样有点。
不要这样 Terry 没有拍到啊。
对啊，你要回答的时候再塞进来就好。
你们两个都要往旁边靠，
这样我就看不到那个荧幕。开始。
完全看不到。
Hi everyone, we're from Zhongzhen High School and we're going to answer the questions from Anonymous.
Why is the social media class helpful? The social media class is mainly about to prevent the undercurrent of social media. So I will invite our partner, and he will discuss the details with you guys.
So the social media class is mainly about how to teach people how to use social media correctly and present what kind of social media are allowed to us so that people won't leave some negative reviews or use bad social media in order to lead to online crime. Yeah. And in addition, the class let us know not to leave our personal information on those unverified websites and think twice before leaving our comments because we have to be responsible for those comments. Thank you.
And Japan will answer the second question.
Okay. Thank you for asking me question. If you teach in high school, I would like to. That question is what the social media class is helpful to solve this problem, and the answer is Instagram, because Instagram is the application who used all over the world, and the many people can be post easily. That's all.
Okay, thank you. And next, I will answer the question that why do online dating apps lead to a crime? Because this online dating social. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Nowadays, with the advent of technology, people use the internet more often than before. In particular, social media have been a highly significant role in connecting ideas and people from and around the globe. However, when we are enjoying the conveniences of information life, we are also facing the certain potential risks at the same time. Without a doubt, we also encounter problems and negative aspects of social media misuses, such as cyberbullying and fake news. As you can see in this chart, cyberbullying is one of the most frequent problems that occur on social media. The number can be almost reach 65%. Therefore, social media can be regarded as the weapons at our fingertips. Do you guys think seeing is believing or seeing is not always believing? Today, we are going to invite you to join us to see what we observed and what we found.
These are SNS mainly used in Japan. Look at the graph on the right. You can see that many people are using the line, both men and women. Now, most people are using some kind of SNS. Many people have suffered from strandness and bullying. We should try to be very careful in using SNS.
Excuse me.
Can I ask you some questions? Sure. What kind of SNS do you often use? I often use LINE, Twitter, Instagram. Have you ever had good experience with SNS?
Yes, I have. It was this year when the lockdown happened. Each and every one of my friends greeted me on my birthday and it made me feel really happy.
Have you ever had bad experience with SNS?
Yes, I have. I've been contacted by someone I don't know, and my personal information has been leaked, and I'm scared of it.
These are results of a questionnaire about the good and bad experiences that my classmates experienced on SNS. The most common experience was getting a birthday celebration. Second, they got a lot of likes on social media. Third, they could meet many good friends through social media. Next, about the bad experiences. The most common experiences was that people read and ignored the message they sent. Second, they felt a fraud on social media. Third, they felt sick when seeing something they didn't want to see.
Even though we try not to encounter difficulties with SNS, especially young people have had a cruel experience. Have you ever watched a TV show called Terrace House? This is a reality show that records how several men and women share house. Netflix describes the show as 6 strangers share a fabulous house in Tokyo, looking for love while living under the same roof. With no script, what happens next is all up to them.
Hana Kimura, a 22-year-old female professional wrestler, had been the target of cyberbullying and was among 6 members of Terrace House Tokyo 2019 to 2020. After the episode, which she lost her temper, she began receiving tweets including some saying, "Everybody will be happy if you are gone quickly and never appear on TV again." She had posted a picture of herself and a cat with the message, "I love you, please live a long and joyful life, I'm sorry," on Instagram. Shortly before her death was confirmed at a hospital on May 23rd, she chose to be killed herself after being targeted by cyberbullying.
Now let's show you guys our own example. Welcome back to CM. My name is Cindy. Here comes another news. Today we are noticed by that Gunshan student abusing dogs. What's happened? Now let's hear what I said.
Hey student, someone told us you are hurting a dog. Is that true?
No, it's not true. I was just playing with the puppy. I didn't hurt it. Why is everyone trying to attack me? And you guys didn't know what had happened. And then you just put it on social media. You are making everyone misunderstand me.
Thank you. Let's hear how a student feel about the accident and what's her idea. Welcome.
I think you guys need to get the information on the news before you report. The student was playing with the dog, but some people didn't see the process. They just see the part of the event. Then they put the photo on the internet and said that our school student is abusing the dog. This would make some innocent people get hurt.
Thank you. Yes, I see. So we can clarify for them and give them a chance to explain what's happening.
How to prevent this problem is before you report the news, you have to find out the truth and try to figure out the whole process.
most teenagers experience and the shocking news.
We hope that every person creates a world which no one won't be suffered from cyberbullying and killed by words through the SNS.
It is not so difficult to improve the problems caused by social media.
If we could pay more attention to the information on the internet and use social media more carefully, then we can make it a great tool to keep in touch with our friends, instead of making it an invisible weapon at our fingertips.
Okay.
Jamal, KGHS これとの一応
Hello, we are the students from Gushan High School. Now we are going to answer a question from Osaka City Higashi High School. Our opinion, we will use the fingertip as a keyword is because whenever you type the word or give a stamp on the net, you might hurt someone invisible. So that's why we use the fingertip as a keyword.
Let me see some question. Oh, go看一下。And I want to answer the question on the 8A14 question. And as the question said, can you explain the reason why people often attack to social media? And I think because the social media is a tool in now, and because we shouldn't see everybody on time. So we also use social media to send a message. And also, and we also we also write something on social media. That's why we use social media more often than before.
We will answer KGHS. Through the SNS, a friend called me a comment. That's all.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we are Kaohsiung Municipal Liyuan Senior High School and Nagoya Commercial High School. Before we're going to talk about our topic, I have two questions to ask you. First, how many news you ever seen? Second, are you sure that you have the ability to tell the true or false? Within learning, identify the information is a method to not be led by the nose. Also, this is our topic. Everyone has others lying to learn. However, what's the reason that when they receive some news or message on the internet, they can believe them quickly and spread them without hesitation? Don't let doubt their truthfulness. Under the circumstance, the thriving development of technology, the information on the internet spread much faster than before. Therefore, there are more and more fake messages and false news information on the internet. Okay, let's take a look. These are three main points. First, event. We are going to tell you what's our Taiwan event. Second, solution. We are going to talk about how to solve this problem. Third, what we do for this event.
Let's take Taiwan as an example. In 2018, there was a famous incorrect news known as Taiwan toilet paper panic. You know, because of this panic, many people just kept buying the tissue paper. It is because the wholesaler gave a message to the social media that the price of the tissue would rise by 30%. And this message was known by everyone. The worst thing is, even though the government said that news was not true, people still kept buying. Therefore, the toilet paper demand didn't meet the supply, didn't meet the demand. And let's see what happened in Japan.
We are going to present on 3 fake news stories in Japan.
First fake news is that eating natto is less likely to get infected with the coronavirus. People who believe this news bought a lot of natto, but this information is fake.
The second fake news is that the Aichi Prefectural Police posted false information on Twitter, such as, if you take a deep breath and hold it for 10 seconds and do not experience coughing or shortness of breath, the possibility of infection with the coronavirus is low. This information was deleted later.
The third one is that a lion escaped from the zoo. After the Kumamoto earthquake had occurred, the photo of lion walking down the street was shared in Twitter, but also this photo was fake.
The person who spread this fake news was arrested. Since the post was made after the Kumamoto earthquake, there were many people who could not evacuate or who felt anxious.
You already saw what's happened in Japan. Let's discuss about our solution.
To pretend the chaos caused by the fake news. As students, we can use these following ways. At first, we should develop competence of identifying media information. Here are some tips. First, we can try to know who owns the social media company. It can help us to know more about the positions and the authentications of the social media company. Second, who writes the news and who gives the information. We have to check the author of the news. If the news log the author's names, this situation may mean that the news is not open and transparent.
What's more, it means the writer doesn't want to be responsible for the news. This kind of news will make readers hard to tell whether it is true or fake. When the news happens, news has a time limit. Therefore, we need to know the information or picture in it to check whether it has or hasn't passed its time limit. When the news happens, we need to know whether the information and picture happen in the same place. If a person can find all the answer of the above tips, don't believe it.
Next, how the useful information will affect in our life. People became anxious, believing that the lion had escaped from the zoo, and people who believed eating natto was less likely to get infected with the coronavirus. Everyone bought natto, and natto disappeared from supermarkets around all of Japan. In this way, we are likely to believe the information on the internet easily.
Second, we have to identify companies. We can start to make use of the tools beside us. For example, to apps that can distinguish the news. A. The message checker. B. From performing technological experts. You can copy the link and repass it on the app. The app will help us to distinguish whether the news is true or false. At last, we think actions are louder than speaking, so we established a website to teach people in Taiwan to establish a truthfulness of the news. Here is our website. This is our QR code, and you have to check it. Okay, now we're back to Japan. Let's see how to solve the problem.
Last, how can we identify media information? This graph shows the percentage of male and female middle and high school students who have spared fake news. This is the percentage of people who have spared the fake news by liking or retweeting. This one is the percentage who have told their friends and family. Overall, more than half of the respondents have spared the fake news. To prevent the spread of fake news, we need to think whether this is true or fake before sharing the news, and that it's important to read articles from other media.
Okay. We will go first. Taiwan. Can we start? Okay. We choose the question that what's the way you want to share our website. Okay. As a teenager, on the basic side, we have, aside from using social media to promote our website, we have asked some student association or Central Committee of Children and Adolescents help us to promote the website. I know it sounds, we can do nothing, but it's not right. If we have, at least we have tried. And if we will try, we can help more people. And why not we just try to promote in our ability. Thank you. And our movement that we have yeah. Thanks for listening. And Japanese turn. Yes.
We would like to answer. Is there anything you are being careful of social media? We think SNS is very convenient, but there are a lot of
problems. For example, is it possible to hurt people through words? And according to our presentation, it's easy to spread the fake informations. To use SNS, we have to choose the words, and before sharing the information, we need to think whether this is true or fake. Thank you.
Okay, someone asked how to solve the situation, and we have mentioned it on the PPT, and now we're going to answer some questions. How can we find out that it is fake news? First, like message checker, you can put some news on the checker and to ensure that whether the news is true or not. And aside from this, you can use our websites because our website is really helpful. It can help you to check whether the news is true or not. It's information. Thank you.